Hello, thank you everyone for being here with us today. I think it's a great initiative, and it's very important that we have these conversations in public with experts of the respective fields. My name is Iliana Magra. I'm a journalist with Kathimerini, and I will be very brief as well. I just wanted to say that I was thinking in preparation for this for the two discussions that will follow that. President Macron, when he spoke with the Prime Minister of Greece, Kyriakos Mitsotakis, and the Managing Director of Kathimerini, Alexis Papachelas, in April at the Roman Agora of Athens, he said that we need to be stronger as Europeans. And I think, I was there that day, and a lot of people who also attended spoke to me afterwards and said that they felt this renewed optimism about Europe and what Europe can do in itself, not as an ally of a stronger power, but as a strong power in itself. And I was also thinking how much we're talking about strategic autonomy, and strategic autonomy is not just proclaimed, it's built through partnerships and in laboratories and at the intersection of scientific ambition and institutional will and industrial capabilities. So at this intersection is where we are this morning. And without further ado, I would like to start off this panel by asking a question that I would like all four of you to answer. In a geopolitical world that keeps on changing and very rapidly, we see some sort of a return to hard power. How have the demands for innovation changed? Let's start with that.
Thank you. First of all, thank you so much for the invitation. Glad to be here. I represent Metlen, a company that not many know that has been active in defense for at least 30 years and has redoubled its effort recently to increase its capacity and manufacturing capacity, but also to invest in new technologies and innovation. And the reason for that is because recently we have seen that, first of all, there's an imperative need for autonomy that we have listened from the previous speakers. And the second is that we have an increased rapid development need for new products and to deal with new threats that has not been faced in previous conflicts. I think both conflicts in Iran and Ukraine has showed that the traditional warfare paradigm has changed a lot. And one of the ways to confront this change is to start investing a lot in technologies, in innovation, and change the way that the defense industry is reacting to these kind of challenges.
What do you think has changed the most? Give us a few examples. So is it drones that now are most used, or how do we see this innovation affect the services and the products that Metlen, for example, produces?
Drones is a very good example. It's the first theater where in Ukraine that we have seen drones play such a crucial role, and how we can see that such an asymmetric conflict has been balanced somehow by the use of drones, and the use of drones in a very innovative and imaginative ways. So technology there has shown that even where there is an imbalance in forces, can play a crucial role how to balance things off when there is a major difference in the capability and the ability to defend.
Monsieur Boulvert, what do you think? How have things changed in the past few years?
So I propose to set the scene. I have a small presentation. It will change a little bit. So hopefully it will work.
Perfect.
Okay. So first, it is my pleasure to be here today. It's really an honor to be in Athens. It's always a pleasure to be in Athens and to meet friends. So I will say who we are and how we work for innovations, and we'll answer your questions how it changed. Okay, so Naval Group, it's a French company, initially 17,000 employees, and it's not so big compared to all what we are doing. We have 50 customers around the world, and we have quite a good results in 2025. We have 9 locations in France. One is very well known from Greek partners, Lorient, where we built frigate, the frigate defense and interventions, Cherbourg, where we built submarines, Paris. Everybody knows Paris. And we have naval base in Brest and Toulon, where we support the French Navy. We have 17 locations around the world, and a subsidiary here in Greece since more than 3 years now. What is important also is that Naval Group, we are positioned to all the spectrums, from the initial idea to dismantle. So initially we do the design, we prepare, then we produce and integrate, we train and support our customer, we maintain and modernize the asset, and then we do the dismantle. So we are on all spectrum. We built submarine, service line submarine, we built surface ship, you know this one, so it's a directorate for surface ship. We maintain submarine and surface ship, so directorate services. We do some system equipment and propulsion systems, so multi-rocket launchers, shaft lines, and special equipment. We do also drones, autonomous system, and underwater weapons. So it's something quite new. We have this directorate since 4 years now, and we built USV, UUV, and we integrate all type of UAV on our assets. But we have also a special directorate, a transversal directorate, who do the research, the innovation, and feed the business line. We have, and that for more than 400 years, I would say innovation is part of our DNA. So I enter into what we are doing in innovations. So in innovations, we work for the naval domain, so it's a very specific environment. Maritime environment is not easy. We have people who live on board. It's for long-term operation. They need to sustain. They have to face specific threats, and our products are very complex and very dense. We have one motto on this subject. In fact, we are customer-centric, and we need to use what technology could offer to our customers in order to solve his issue, giving him commitment superiority to be able to engage, sustainability, to be able to stay at sea in complete autonomy, and to know better and before the others with information superiority. To do that, we anticipate what are the operational life of tomorrow, what the crew will need tomorrow, and so there is technology, but the crew also of tomorrow will be totally different than the crew of today. And they will have specific needs. They will have AI everywhere. So we prepare the integration of new technology in line with naval defense specificity. And for that, we develop an open innovation and international cooperations. We have 3 main pillars, collaborative pillars for this cooperation. One is science, because clearly innovation is not coming from nowhere. It's come from science. We have to build, we have to rely on something specific. So we work quite a lot with CNRS. I am very pleased to see Frank Molina here today, and all the university and research center in France. So that's for the long term. For example, so we work for now more than 10 years on quantum. Quantum is not yet on board our ship, but tomorrow it will be, and we will know, and we will be ready to integrate all the quantum sensor, all the quantum computing on board. We have the short-term cycles. Short terms, you told us that, in fact, yes, the last conflict, say it's very short term, it's some months. So work with startup, we are able to do that. We test and evaluate in weeks, months, solutions, and then we are able to integrate a solution in 1 year, 2 years on boards. So that is very important. And third pillar, as I said at the beginning, 17,000 people is not very big to do all what you have to do. So we need to have a right partnerships to develop solutions that we are able to integrate. So science, startup, partners to develop solutions, and then we integrate. I put on this slide some domain of technological description who will affect the naval sectors in the future. So artificial intelligence, big data, Internet of Things, energy management. So in fact, energy, yes, we have to comply with the regulation, IMO regulation, decrease of CO2, but there will be a change also, what we need on board, more energy on board. There will be laser, there will be electromagnetic guns. So clearly it will change the global architectures of energy on board. So we work on that, drone, robotic fuel cells. So it's important to do that. So it's, as I said, big compared to the number we are. So we have a structural approach. I'm a little bit sorry about the slide how they present. The screen is not totally the same, but so we organize our work in 6 line of effort. Smart ship first, to build the ship as an asset who will be able to have incremental upgrade and to have the right sensors and be able to change things easily on it. It's also smart naval forces because the ship is always integrated to new concepts, so aircraft, drones, so to have a global superiority and to be able to engage to all the others. Smart availability, as I said at the beginning, the ship is deployed abroad and need to have this availability. Invulnerable, so we know that it's warship, so we work quite a lot on signatures, reduce the signatures, be able to face a torpedo or anything. So it's very complex and it's very endurance. So we have redundancy on boards. Blue ship, as I said, it's about all about the energy. And so, as I said, energy pooling, smart grid on boards to really put the energy when we need it, where we need it. And we have a smart industry axis because to be able to develop all these products, we need to have also the shipyards at the high levels. So to have all the big tools in our own shipyards. To build this, we have a strategic innovation roadmap. So we take the customer needs on the left, so French clients, Hellenic clients, international clients, and we have our 6 axes. We have partners, international partners, Naval Innovation Hub with startups. We have also a scientific advisory council, and then we have our own budget optimization planning to develop this strategic technical plan. We update this plan every year. That shows you that, in fact, the technological patch is running very fast. It's changing today, so we need to have the right partners and to develop things. So, as I said, for science, we do PhD, so 1 PhD, 2 PhD, 3 PhD to find a solution. So it's long-term plans, but we have also these very short-term plans, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years. So it's 1, 2, 3. So how we do that? We federate stakeholders in the R&D valuations. So we work quite a lot with a lot of partners. So in France, but also abroad, we find the key topics. What are which technology we should invest in, and it also depends on the customer needs, what they have in this country, what could be done at the national, bilateral, European level. We use quite a lot European projects. So we have already involved in 40 European projects, and we have more than 410 European partners since 2019. Here in Greece, we have done quite a lot of work since 2020. signed the initial MOU with my friend Nicolas Sovalis in NTUA. We have the first R&D Partners Day in this same institute in 2021. It was just after COVID. So you saw we were masked, and it was quite an experience. It was the first gathering after a long period, difficult periods. In 2022, we were in an hotel, and we have the first JDDR, Alexopoulos, who does the presentation for the initial opening. In 2024, it was Ioannis Bouras who did this opening, and we were in Demokritos, in our partners field. And Pantelis was also, just after his nomination as director of LCAC, we have the pleasure to have him to say some words. Same thing, we come in 2025, 2026. So here at the French Institute, we went to CERT, also in Thessaloniki. And as I said, I have this roundtable on science. We work quite a lot with Greek University, so University of Patras, Polytech Athens. We work also with the Naval Hellenic Academy to have the customer needs and to really work on it, know the customer, train the customer from the beginning to offer him what technology could have. And at the F level, we have 33 Greek partners already. CERT is a top partner today, but Demokritos is not far behind. 22 EDF Horizon projects, and we have win 4 call already last year. We will do 7 to 10 new calls in September. So I think it's end of September, and we are working with our Greek partners to see how to have them in the consortium. So that's all our partners in Greece. I will not details, and I think I will stop it. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I do have 3 follow-up questions. So if we can have you back with us here in the panel. Thank you very much. It was a very interesting presentation, and I want to ask you 3 things. So first of all, you said that this is it's going to be an invulnerable ship, but when it's run through so many automated systems, how can you make sure that it's not vulnerable to being hacked? I mean, with the current data that we have now, maybe you can say that it's safeguarded, but these things evolve very fast.
Yeah, so we have plenty of tools, and in fact we have a cyber management system on board who manage all the exchange on board, and which is really an asset for Naval Group, and the FDI ship has been built really with a strong CMS. This CMS, as a threat, is moving very fast. Cyber threat has to be maintained and has to be work has to be organized in order not to act. So we have this strong position. We have also the drone. So the drone system, as you say, could be hacked, and so it's prepared. We should have a solution to get back the drone, or the drone disappear before being hacked, and we have solution for that also. But yeah, with the conflict, we have always to think about what could happen. We managed for things to not happen. If it happens, we have solutions.
So you think that what there is to be gained by this kind of technological advancement and by having ships being run by automated systems is far greater than the potential security risk that is created?
Yes, and what is also very important is the human-machine interface, because we have more and more automation on board. So human has to have confidence into the machine, and the machine needs to learn from the human. So it's also a way to have a complete asset. It's not only the machine. The machine is very complex, give plenty of artificial intelligence on board, plenty of decision aids. But at the end, the man is still the guy who decide to shoot and then to shoot, to do black or white, and it's how it's built and how. So plenty of automation, plenty of decision made, but still the man in the loop.
Still, but you think that in the future that might change?
Technology is running fast. We have also, it depends of the country. For some country, we have already drones able to shoot without man in the loop. It's not the policy for the French Navy today. We will see. And in fact, but what is planned is the war of robots. So during Eurosatory, Minister Vautrin show and demonstrate that they are built, I will say, a squadron of robots. So robot against robot, and so clearly in the futures, and it could be good to let the real people away from the battlefield and to have machine working with machine. It's good. For Naval Group, we did the same for the mine countermeasure. We have now a new system that we sell to the Belgium and Netherlands. We have a mothership. The mothership stay away from the battlefield and the minefield. We put a USV on float. USV is going to the minefield. You put UV, so underwater vehicles that go search, destroy the mine, and the UAV is giving the situation to the mothership who is away from the minefield, and that's the future of the work, and it's already a reality because the first ship in Belgium and in Netherlands are already delivered, and we have 12 ships like that.
No, this is very impressive. And if we're there already, I mean, I don't know if anyone can even imagine where we're gonna be in 5 years. But just before I move to the Major General, so does that mean that the crew who will now be on these kinds of ships, will they have to be not sailors or soldiers, but engineers or, I don't know, tech experts?
They need to have the right knowledge. They need to learn with the tools. So the mission preparation is very important. When you deploy to a mission, you have to really prepare it, have the right toolkits on board, and you have to be confident with the machine. You know that you are the owner of the machine. You are the one who put the machine on board and use the machine. But you have to be confident of the tool you have in hands.
Wow. Thank you. So, Major General, I will actually take it from this point. I mean, are we reaching this level of, I mean, for someone to be a soldier, will they also need to be super competent when it comes to handling tech?
Well, first of all, I would like to thank you for having me here. It's a great pleasure to be in this warm French Institute dealing with innovation for the defense, especially. And to be honest, as a professional of defense, I'd rather say to deter and not to defend. So we're working for deterrence, because defense is actually a state we don't want to be there. And to be honest, also all the military forces in the world like to have capabilities. So capability development is our goal. And until now, capabilities was built through procurement. And actually, we're lucky enough in Greece to say that the last years, we have procured high-tech systems like FDIs that bring us to a very good level. Whoa, somebody's listening to us. Deep tech. Okay. And we're happy enough to say that we're in a very good level. But innovation, it's something that came to our lives, and defense could not be a part of that. Of course, this happens with the hard way. So we saw this through the conflicts around the world, and unfortunately, even in Europe. So yes, we should involve and innovate in all possible ways. That means not only in deep tech, let's say, systems, not only in asymmetry, but also in the ways of dealing with all these challenges. And to come to your question, yes, we have to have more trained soldiers, more SMEs, subject matter experts, or even engineers, if possible, to deal with certain, let's say, missions or certain systems. On the other hand, innovation comes to make our lives more easier. So in some way, technology comes to relieve you from very hard training to operate some systems, and the automation and the technology takes all this burden and gives you the ability with a small training or without a lot of knowledge about the system to know how to operate. I don't know if that answers your question.
Give us some examples of the innovation currently happening within the Hellenic Armed Forces. I mean, what has been changing over the past few years, and how do we see it in action?
First of all, I would like to say that the armed forces of the Hellenic Republic are trying to be in this space and be in the front lines of technology and of all the let's say relevant evolutions that take place around this matter and deterrence and defense. In this way, only a couple of years ago, in our Joint General Staff, we created a branch, an innovation branch, which I have the honor to be in head, which deals with innovation, transformation, and defense technology. We work hand in hand with HCDI, the Hellenic Center for Defense Innovation, which also I have the honor to be one of the members of the board. And we try to cover the capability development, not by procurement, as we did all these years, but also from another path through innovation. So yes, procurement is one way of building capabilities. Innovation is another way. Like what?
Three
Well,
examples.
I can talk all day, but unmanned systems, as mentioned before, is one. Deep tech technology like artificial intelligence or quantum cryptography, let's say, would be another. Space and cyber is other domains. And it goes on and on. The thing is that it's not only high tech, but it's also the use of it. Mm-hmm. And also the doctrines, the strategy that should follow, and the necessary transformation of the troops in order to use and better operate with this kind of things.
Sure. Thank you very much. Mr. Eleftheriadis, how has the current environment and the needs that the new geopolitical reality, but also technological reality has created, how have they changed the focus of your research? I mean, where have you pivoted, whether it comes to energy or nuclear energy, in order to fit the new demands?
Well, I have to thank you first for inviting me to this forum, inviting Democritos. And for Democritos, the largest research center in Greece, these developments actually came naturally. We have been for a period of years, decades, been having a science park for innovative companies, startups, and new tech companies that they evolve in the Greek environment, that they come from Greek research. And we are actually strengthening that continuously. So the demands for defense, to the needs that we heard, for the means and the tools to respond to the current developments for high tech, deep tech, in all these areas that we heard, like artificial intelligence, energy needs, sustainability, and new actual high-tech products. They are with us. We have this. We have developed an ecosystem that is a very strong ecosystem of research and innovative small companies, and that actually grow at Democritos. And we see this as an opportunity for those to progress and to flourish in this area, because they have the means. And this actually is proven more recently that Democritos is the Diana Accelerator, receives companies. It's also a test bed, like some other research institute in Greece for these technologies. And our research groups are there to help and to actually develop all those tools that are needed in these areas. I can give many examples. Also, first I have to mention that we have already 2 companies in the Diana cohort that are from the Greek, from the Lefkipos Science Park. Alpha Autonomy and Sotiria are there. We're receiving also a Canadian and a Spanish company that they need help in energy needs. So all these actual needs and developments that we see for us are happening now, and we're very happy to be able to provide what is needed.
Well, when we spoke on the phone, you told me a bit about hydrogen and how this has changed your research focus a bit.
Yes, hydrogen is an area that Democritos, and especially our institute, we're the Institute of Nuclear and Radiological Sciences and Technologies, Energy and Safety. We are, of course, we have the heritage of our nuclear past and technology that we've developed over the decades, but we moved in all the new and alternative energy sources like solar, very strong for us, and also hydrogen. And our deep tech and new development and specialty that we're having, which also led to a startup, Cyrus, which is doing very well, is hydrogen storage. And hydrogen storage, safe hydrogen storage, is very important for the use of hydrogen, especially in shipping now we see being a very good prospect. And we actually leading an EDF program with actually a naval group here, and we're very happy to lead that, the Calypso project. So these are very critical areas for us, and they are actually where I can say that we're leaders in Greece in these kind of technologies.
Thank you very much.
Just to mention about nuclear energy, we're not there yet to have actually spin-off or startups, but we have a very recent strong development. Our governments, we've heard recently, are moving towards this direction in unison, I can say, and in collaboration. And Democritos, we are here to support that, the new needs for actually exploring nuclear energy production, especially for shipping, for platforms where this can be deployed. And we are actually moving forward in that as well. It's a new area.
It's very exciting, and we're going to definitely stay tuned to see what will come out of that. But I would like to ask you about Metlen. And first of all, what does it mean for a country like Greece that a Greek company like Metlen has the capabilities of producing such important defense products? And also, when it comes to energy, how is that affecting your line of work when it comes to protecting critical resources, and what kind of products should be created for that?
Well, Metlen has been a manufacturer of defense equipment for the past 30 years, and we are entering into new production right now, investing in new technologies and innovation to create different products. And part of this strategy includes producing solutions that defend critical infrastructure like energy. So I think we have found a way to combine deterrence, not defense, but also try to secure critical infrastructure through similar systems or same systems that can be used. And we have seen that the defense of critical infrastructure, both at the cyber level and the actual physical level, is very critical. It's part of the changing warfare. The protection of energy, water, food, logistics is becoming critical in Europe and the rest of the world, but critical for Europe because it has such a spread infrastructure and different kinds, from solar energy to nuclear power plants to water infrastructure. And you need to have solutions that are capable to defend this in a time of crisis.
But when we're talking about these products, what kind of products are we talking about? I mean, is this... I cannot even actually imagine it.
Since we're talking a lot about drones,
cybersecurity, or
it's both. I mean, Metlen is not in the cybersecurity domain right now, but the defense of the physical infrastructure, for instance, you have to develop anti-drone capabilities. So anti-drone capabilities is very close to something that we're doing, okay? And the development of subsystems has to be constantly changing. It's constantly changing, so you have to have the ability to manufacture at large quantities. You have the ability to manufacture modular systems, so you can adapt them in changing threats. You have to be able to cover all different needs, all different aspects, geographies, and so on. So it is a part of a manufacturing company to see where these new changes and new needs arise, and you have to be able to produce the corresponding systems that can deal with these threats. And this is one of the parts that I actually came on board in Metlen about a month ago, because the strategic focus is not only to increase its manufacturing capacity, but it's also to invest in new technologies and innovation, providing the ability to produce systems like the one we discussed of deterrence and protection for critical infrastructure. So it is a chain between what you can do and what you want to do strategically, but also to be able to identify upcoming needs and in a changing environment, be able to produce the corresponding system to do.
Is there something that you should be doing but you're not doing yet, that you would want us, something like a gap that you've identified?
We have identified a lot of gaps, and we know where our focus is. I mean, we have a long-term strategy where we want to be as a company, and in this roadmap, we have put inside the necessary strategy for innovation technology. So we are discussing with companies, we're discussing with spin-offs from universities and research groups we do not deviate from our long-term strategy because we don't want to do everything. And there's not a serious company when you go and you spread all your operations. But with our end goal in mind, we want to build new capacity to serve our needs as a company.
And what about this new center that you're opening tomorrow?
Actually, yeah, it's our fourth plant inauguration tomorrow. And two more are coming very soon. So we are building a defense hub in Volos with a manufacturing capacity of 6 plants. 4 are going to be operational tomorrow. Is going to be the inauguration, as I mentioned. We're going to open 2 more. It's a hub that will be able to manufacture both traditional systems, but also.
But does that correspond to increased demand that Metlen is receiving, or to more I don't know? Is it more specialized? Is that why you're opening up a new plant?
Demand is part of the reason. Okay, there is a growing demand. We have strategic partnerships with a lot of companies. And so we are developing systems for a lot of large manufacturing in Europe. But at the same time, we want to be able to manufacture and prototype systems that are original and they are developed by Metlen in cooperation, as I mentioned again, with companies, startups, spin-offs, research institutes. We do not want to create a full R&D department, which would be closed. And inside the company, we want to build an ecosystem around us that will serve our needs and will have fruitful partnerships.
Thank you very much. Monsieur Boulvert, what kind of gaps have you identified? And I don't mean just in your company, I mean in the field you're an expert in. What do you think that is not happening while it should? I mean, where should we be innovating? And maybe we're lagging behind, both France or Greece or Europe in general.
Well, in fact, with our strategical plan, we identify several opportunities, and so we want to invest and develop new solutions to face these new threats. What we could be lacking is a more complete ecosystem. So I think it's here to be here in Greece to develop more partnerships. So as we are doing with Metlen, and this new opening is a chance. And if I understood well, it's a really new factory, but in this factory we will be able to build things that we have not yet think about. So it's something that will be a real asset, because in France, our minister say we are in the war economy. So it's not something to deliver one product, it's to be able to deliver plenty of products and to sustain if needed. So that's very important to have this ability to sustain a potential conflict on the long term. So I think this Metlen factory opening and things like that is important. To have an ADI frigate, it's perfect, but it has to sustain something on the long term. We have to be able to upgrade this asset, because this asset is the best today, but in 5 years we will need to for sure upgrade, use the ecosystem, use the technology, what will be bring by the technology in the coming years. So it's built by design to be upgraded, but we need to be ready here in Greece to upgrade it. So it's the way we work in each country, to give the ability in the country to develop, work on this project. So Naval Group Hellas is here and we help, but Naval Group Hellas will not do everything. It's a Greek ecosystem who has to work with us and deliver.
But what does that depend on? You mean that a country like Greece should have more companies that produce more defense products, or that there should be more startups for more innovation, or more, I don't know, more like Greek crew members that know how to, that have expertise? What exactly is the thing that we should change, or all of these?
Yes, so the issue is that it's a choice, it's all of it. But each time you have to prioritize, okay, I could not invest in all the technology, I could not invest in. So you have to, that's why we rethink about our strategic plan every year. Okay, so this year we invest, we change this and this, we discuss with partners, with Democritos, we select the right European project to be ready to have hydrogen on board in 5 to 10 years. It's really important to have this confidence, to have this exchange with partners, to have the scientific concept to be sure that we invest in the right technology, because nobody knows everything. So we have to really monitor what is happening in the technological field, what is happening in the other part of conflict, and what are the priority. If we have the ability and the money to do everything, we will do, but it's not the case. We always have to select. And what is important is to work very closely also with the customer to really, okay, what this customer needs, because each time is different. So we built FDI for France, FDI for Greece, FDI now for Sweden, but the ship will be a little bit different and are a little bit different because it has to be tailored to the perfect needs of this customer. And it's really the way we want to work with each customers and make the choice, the right choice with this customer in their own country.
There is no system like an automated system that maybe US submarines or Chinese submarines have that you're jealous of?
No, I think we are able here in Europe, in France, to build very powerful systems, and I am quite sure that we have attack submarine that a lot of nations, even Chinese or US, would like to have, but they didn't. We have it, only us. So the Barracuda class, it's really top of the class. The same thing for the frigate. Anti-submarine frigate. It's now the 4th or 5th years that we win the league to detect submarine. We were against Canadian, UK, American, and each time it's a French frigate who win.
Well, so this is very assuring. Thank you. Major General, do you agree? I mean, is there anything that, actually, I mean, of course there is, but what would you feel that we could improve? Where do you think we're lagging behind? And I mean, in terms of the Hellenic Armed Forces specifically.
Well, the effort, let's say, for capability development is it's a marathon. It's and not a short range, let's say, effort. So yes, always we're trying to be in advance of our adversaries. And in this process and in this, let's say, effort, nobody can stay out. So everybody needed. And I'm very glad and happy to see in this great initiative, this forum here, that we have all, let's say, the evolving parts. We have the industry, we have allies, we have primes from strategic partner and trusted ally like France, and we have research centers that are bringing the new ideas, bringing in the technology. And of course, you have also the armed forces, which are the end user, and they can bring the experience in what, as you mentioned, sir, said, what the customer needs. Of course.
Do we need, if Greece is the customer?
Okay.
What does Greece need?
I expected that. So the idea is that we try to evolve also, to be more innovative, let's say. And until now, and we continue to do this in legacy systems, we are stick to the specifications. So the Army needs this, and we're going to define it very, very detailed in order to get what we want. On the other hand, and that's a part of my job, is to try to use some cases. So we are nowadays more open, and we don't define the product, but we define the need. So we're going out in the market and say, we have this operational case, we have this operational need, and please tell us, especially the research centers and the startups, how can you cover this need?
What are our current needs?
Well,
Unless it's a national security secret.
well, I'm not going to be very open in that, but you know that in NATO or in European Union, we have 12 sectors that we need innovation. And this is space, is cybersecurity, is unmanned systems, is situational awareness, and it goes on. It's about 12 sectors. It's open in the public. You can see them. The thing in Greece is that we are trying to take advantage of the very, let's say, brilliant brains we have. And it's not my words. I can tell you that in EDF projects, the European Defence Fund projects, and NDA, in Defense Agency, Greece is in the 5th position. That means that we have good ideas and we have the expertise to gain this technology advantage. According to our, let's say, our GDP or the growth of the country, we should be at 20th position or so.
Yeah.
So we have the ideas.
Yeah.
We don't have the products. So most of the ideas are in research level, and now we are willing, and through HCDI, we are trying these research products to be also not research, but development products, actually to see systems, to see prototypes. And we're going to be there, the armed forces, we're going to be there to test them, evaluate them, and let's say give also some proof of sales, perhaps, in order for them to grow, and then the primes and the industry will get them in order to make mass of them, to produce them in mass.
I see. And thank you very much, General. And Mr. Eleftheriadis, what do you need? I mean, like Demokritos, in order to have even more cutting-edge research that can then be applied to real life and in the battlefield, let's say, what does Demokritos need? I mean, is it more personnel? Is it more money? Where are you? What do you think you're lacking?
We need all, but we have a lot, and I have to say that our actual aim is to maintain our role and our activities that we have that already bring fruits. I mean, what I have mentioned earlier, we are already active in the role of bringing new companies and startups to pick up on those needs and actually provide services and products, prototypes, as we mentioned, that are needed. And actually, if we want to actually go a little bit back, because what we we can provide. It actually comes from the grassroots of research and innovation that we serve and we have. And it needs brains, it needs new scientists. We are in a very good collaboration with the Greek universities. We know that Greek universities provide some of the best scientists in the world, but the problem we have is that these scientists are leaving the country. So the research centers in Greece, we have the capacity, and we have demonstrated that with our research products, the projects that we have, and the funding that we attract to provide and have products, and that can lead to innovation and startups. And actually, our aim is how to keep those brains and those minds here. And also, what we need is to maintain looking at the new and what is coming, because we see that already what we do, as I said, bear fruits. And there were many things that were mentioned here, that AI, artificial intelligence, Democritus runs the Pharos AI factory in Greece. We heard the word quantum earlier, that it's what is needed, and Democritus is the only center that we actually have a new institute, an institute for quantum computing and quantum technologies. So we have established the basis of what is needed, and we have demonstrated how to move forward. We need means, we need actually funding, but we're also good in attracting this funding. But so I will settle with actually the human capital is what is the most necessary, let's say, fuel that we need to run and do what we do.
Thank you so much. And lastly, I would like each of you to answer honestly. If Europe was in war, like tomorrow, or let's say not Europe in general, maybe Greece or France, would you feel confident about our capabilities to defend ourselves? From your respective sectors, at least. I mean, you can answer based on your experience. And Major General, let's start with you.
Okay. I would like honestly to tell you that we are in the best position until the last 20 years. Of course, it's an ongoing effort. We are trying more and more to create capabilities, but Greece, like France, always, let's say, maintained a hard power in a very good level. And from my perspective, it's essential for a democracy, let's say, to have this initial power in order to preserve the stability and security in the nation, to give the opportunity to prosper, to growth, and all the necessary Western values.
Very much, Monsieur Boulvert.
I would say that we have been lucky in France to have the right political will to maintain the right effort in the defense domain. And for the naval side, we have as I said already, the best submarine of the world and the best frigate. So and we have a crew, and we have also the chief of navy who said that in fact, yes, from not this one, but always his predecessors, we should be ready. There will be a conflict. There will be at sea big potentiality of conflict. So our people, our assets need to be ready. So I think they are ready. And as an industry, we are here to serve and to give them the best tool as possible. And I think we did. and the same for all our other customers. So it's very important to do it. And also, I would say that we need also more interoperability at European levels, and to have the same goal that we have between Greece and France with other countries at European levels to really work together, deliver together this asset in order to be more interoperable and more efficient if something happens.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tzamtzis.
Well, I have to agree. As far as technologies and capabilities, we are quite confident in Europe's capability. What we want to invest in, what we are investing in, is resilient supply chains. We have to invest in the autonomy of Europe and the ability to produce quickly without any external dependencies. So we have to build our technological industrial base. We need to create new technologies made in Europe. We need to be able to stand on ourselves, and that's what I think everybody's working on, and this is the strategic policy of the European Union, to build supply chains within the EU that are resilient and are able to cope with any demand.
Thank you very much. And Mr. Eleftheriadis?
Well, this is not really our department, but as a part of the society and in a democratic country that we are, everybody has to serve their purpose. And our purpose is to provide strength in innovation, to provide the means of deep tech to become economy of scale and to become a deterrent, and to provide, when it is needed, the technologies that we need and the sovereignty in these technologies. So Democritos and the Greek research ecosystem, the innovation ecosystem that we create, I think has this purpose, and we will serve that.
Well, thank you all very much for having been here with us. Thank you for attending this panel. And let's hope that it's, deterrence and not defense. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.